Hello everyone. In this video we are going to learn about projectile motion. In previous video we have learned about two-dimensional linear motion. For example, if suppose this player is hitting this ball to achieve goal and if this player is hitting the ball to avoid the goal, so this player will hit it hard. Hitting velocity of this player is going to be larger. So in this case what will happen? This ball will go in the resultant direction. This resultant vector includes velocities imparted by both the players. If the friction is neglected, this ball will have uniform linear velocity in the resultant direction. But in case of projectile motion, you can observe that if this player is hitting the ball in vertical direction, this hitting velocity will have two different components. One is horizontal component, other one is vertical component. But in projectile motion, the horizontal component remains constant whereas vertical components keeps on changing, because this ball is going upward in the opposite direction of the gravity, and due to gravitational acceleration the vertical component of the velocity goes on reducing. At the highest point, vertical component of the velocity becomes 0 whereas horizontal component remains same. In such examples, we are supposed to calculate range of the projectile, height of the projectile, or the time of the flight of the projectile. Let us see different formulae for the projectile motion. In case of projectile motion, the velocity with which this player hits the ball is known as velocity of projection. This velocity of projection has got horizontal component as well as vertical component. In projectile motion, horizontal component remains constant whereas vertical components keeps on changing. Let us use the concept of vector translation and translate this vector on the arrowhead of the horizontal component. So we will get one triangle. In this triangle, we can write cos theta equal to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. So adjacent side is Vx whereas hypotenuse is Vo, that is velocity of projection. So x component of the velocity becomes Vo cos theta. For sin theta we can write opposite side divided by hypotenuse, that is Vy divided by Vo. So vertical component we can write equal to Vo sin theta. So always remember, adjacent component to the angle is always cos component, whereas opposite component of the angle is always sin component. Again the same thing you can observe that the horizontal component is a uniform motion component, whereas the vertical component is an accelerated or decelerated motion component. Because it is going upward in the opposite direction of the gravity, so that is a decelerated motion. Now let us find out the equation of the path for the projectile. To find out path of the projectile, we will consider a point P on the path. Let t be the time required for the ball to reach up to P. As we know, horizontal component of the velocity is Vo cos theta, and this is a uniform motion component. Because this is a uniform motion component, we can directly use distance equal to time into velocity. So x will be equal to time into Vx, where Vx is Vo cos theta. Let us write this equation for time. So time will be equal to x divided by Vo cos theta. Now second velocity component is Vy, which is equal to Vo sin theta. This is a case of accelerated or decelerated motion, because this velocity vector keeps on changing. To find out displacement in vertical direction, we need to use third equation of motion, because it is accelerated motion. Here y equal to ut plus half at square. Here u is vertical component of the velocity at initial point, so that is Vo sin theta, and time is x divided by Vo cos theta. Let us use these two equations and replace u and t in the displacement equation. U is replaced by this value, whereas this time is replaced by this value. You can see the time is replaced with x by V0 cos theta. Here you can see there is t, and here it is t square. So this t square becomes bracket x divided by V0 cos theta bracket square. Let us write this equation on the next slide as it is. This V0 will get cancelled and this becomes x tan theta, because sin theta divided by cos theta is tan theta, and this term remains as it is. So writing this again, we will get the path of the projectile or the equation of the projectile, that is y equal to x tan theta minus half of gx square divided by v0 square cos square theta. Let us now find out time of the flight for the projectile. Here in this case you can see there is some initial velocity of projection. For this velocity of projection, if you change the direction of the velocity of the projection is same, but the direction is different now. It is more towards the vertical, and because of this vertical component of the velocity increases. Here you can compare that vertical component of the velocity. That is why the time of the flight will increase now. So time of the flight depends on the vertical velocity component. Let Tm be the time required to reach maximum height. Because vertical motion is the accelerated motion, we will use first equation of motion for accelerated motion, that is v1 equal to vo minus gt, where Tm is the time required to reach at the maximum height. Here initial velocity vo in vertical direction is vo sin theta, and final velocity will become 0 because at the maximum height vertical component becomes 0. So this 0 equal to v0 sin theta minus gtm. If you take this v0 sin theta on the left side, it becomes minus v0 sin theta equal to minus gtm. If you write about tm, this equation becomes v0 sin theta by g. So this is the time required to reach at the maximum height. So same time will be required to come down after reaching at the maximum height. So total time of the flight becomes 2tm, and this becomes 2v0 sin theta by g. So this is the total time of the flight for projectile motion. Now let us find out the formula for maximum height. When we say maximum height to be calculated, that means again it depends on the vertical component of the velocity, and finding vertical distance is as good as finding the displacement in vertical direction. So by using third equation of motion for this vertical displacement, we can write y equal to ut plus half of minus gt square. Here in this case, the initial velocity u is vy and time is the maximum time required to reach at the top. So that is Tm equal to v0 sin theta by g, where initial velocity u is equal to v by v0 sin theta. So if you put these values in this above equation, you will get hm equal to v0 square sin square theta divided by 2g. Now let us find out the formula for range, that is horizontal displacement. So to find out horizontal displacement, it will be dependent on only horizontal velocity, whatever may be the vertical velocity. So to find out displacement in horizontal direction or the range, we will use horizontal velocity only. So range, that is displacement, will be equal to velocity into time, where velocity is the horizontal component of the projectile, whereas Tf is the total time of the flight. As we have seen earlier, we have values for both, that is Tf will be equal to 2v0 sin theta divided by g and Vx will be equal to v0 cos theta. So by using these two values in this range formula, we can write this. Here you can see that 2 into sin theta cos theta will become sin 2 theta and all other terms will remain as it is. So range will be equal to v0 square sin 2 theta divided by g. To have maximum range, this sin 2 theta should be equal to 1, because maximum value for sine function is always 1. So in that case 2 theta should be equal to 90 degrees and theta will become 45 degrees. The meaning of this thing is that even if the angle of projection is less than 45 degrees, you will get the less range, and even if the angle is more than 45 degrees, you will get the less range. So range will be maximum only if the theta is equal to 45 degrees for specific velocity of the projection. So you should remember all these points. First point is the equation of trajectory or path. Second point is the total time of the flight, maximum height, range, and the condition for maximum range, that is theta should be equal to 45 degrees. If you remember these things, this will help you to solve the problems in exam. We will use this table while solving problems. First problem is, a missile is fired for maximum range with an initial velocity of 20 meter per second. So what is given? We can see here the initial velocity of the projection is given, that is equal to 20 meter per second, and for maximum range is given. For maximum range, what is the condition? That is theta should be equal to 45 degrees. That means indirectly theta is also given, that is 45 degrees. G equal to 10 meter per second square. That means acceleration due to gravity is also given. The range of the missile is. That means we need to find out range of the missile. If you want to find out the range, you should use this formula, that R is equal to V0 square sin 2 theta by G. So theta is 45 degrees, and if you put 45 degrees over here, this becomes sin 90, and sin 90 will be equal to 1. So by putting V0 equal to 20 and G equal to 10, we will get 400 by 10 must be equal to 40 meters. That means this missile will reach up to the distance of 40 meters. So correct option is A. Next problem. The horizontal range and maximum height of the projectile are equal. The angle of the projection of the projectile is. That means maximum height and the horizontal range are given to be equal. That means we can directly equate these two formulae, that maximum height must be equal to range. So by equating these two formulae, we can write V0 square sin 2 theta by G equal to V0 square sin square theta by 2G. So in this equation, this V0 square and V0 square will get cancelled, whereas this G and this G will get cancelled. Here you can see this. Now let us expand this. Sin 2 theta equal to 2 sin theta into cos theta, and this term will remain as it is, sin square theta by 2. In this, now sin theta will get cancelled with the sin square theta, and this becomes 4 equal to sin theta by cos theta. This is nothing but tan theta equal to 4, and theta will be equal to tan inverse of 4. So option B is correct. Next problem. A projectile is fired at an angle of 45 degrees to the horizontal. So let us see the diagram for this. A projectile is fired at an angle of 45 degrees to the horizontal. Elevation angle of the projectile at the highest point as seen from the point of projection is. That means you need to find out elevation angle at highest point of the projection. So in this projection, this will have a parabolic path, and the highest point will be somewhere here, like this. The meaning of elevation angle is that it is given that as seen from the point of the projection. That means this is the point of the projection and this is the point of maximum height. So connect these two different points with a straight line, and this angle you need to find out, that is the elevation angle. So to find out this angle, so in this shaded triangle you can see that we can find out tan phi equal to height divided by range by 2. So in shaded triangle, tan phi will be equal to height of the projectile divided by range by 2, because this is the total range and this distance will be the half of the range. Angle of projection is 45 degrees, and for 45 degrees we can take range to be the maximum. Here you can see that R max is V square by G and H max is V0 square sin square theta divided by 2G. So let us use these two values in this formula. Here V0 square and V0 square will get cancelled, and this 2G and this 2G will get cancelled. This ultimately becomes sin square theta, and theta is given equal to 45 degrees. So it becomes sin square 45. Sin 45 is 1 by root 2, sin square 45 will become 1 by 2. This is nothing but tan phi equal to 1 by 2 and phi will be equal to tan inverse of 1 by 2. So option C is correct. Next problem. For angle of projectile at an angle of 45 degree minus theta and 45 degree plus theta. That means here two different projectile angles are given. Let us put theta equal to 15 degrees. So we will get two different angles of projection. One is 30 degree and other one will be 60 degree. For two different angles, we will find out two different ranges, and for these two different ranges, we will take the ratio of the range so that you will get the correct option. So range formula is V0 square sin 2 theta by G. So to find out R1, we will put 30 degree angle, so it becomes sin 60, and for R2 this angle becomes 120. So R2 will be equal to V0 square sine 120 divided by G. Now let us take the ratio of R1 and R2 because that is the thing that we need to find out. The horizontal range described by the projectile are in the ratio of, that means we need to find out ratio. So R1 by R2 will be equal to sine 60 divided by sine 120 because V square by G will get cancelled from both the sides. Sine 120 is nothing but cos 30 and both are equal to root 3 by 2. That is why the ranges will become 1:1. So correct answer will be option B. In the same fashion, one more question was asked, that is, two projectiles of same mass and same velocity are thrown at an angle of 60 degree and 30 degree. Then which will remain same? As we have seen earlier, the correct answer is range is same, but whether the time of the flight will be same or maximum height will be same? No, because here angle is nearly about 60 degrees and here angle is nearly about 30 degrees. In this case, the height will be more for this case as compared to this, and time of the flight will also be more in this case if it is compared with this. So time of the flight and maximum height are different, whereas range of the projectile is same. So here correct option will be B. Next question. The velocity of a particle at the initial point A is 2I plus 3j. So this diagram is given in the question. At this point the velocity is given, that is 2I plus 3j. So x component is going to be 2I. Here you can see. So x component is 2I and y component is 3j. Its velocity at point B is, at point B you should understand that vertical component is going to be in the negative y direction, that will be equal to minus 3j, and horizontal component remains constant. So the correct answer will be 2I minus 3j, that is option number A.